Let's go, UW. Says, the run defense made me sick last night. It was pathetic at times, and pathetic. First half offense didn't help any. We can't keep coming out cold.
Oh, so shout out, man. I don't think we were coming out cold. I think the situation is this, specifically when you're talking about the run game. We were staying too high because we weren't going to allow CeeDee Lamb to be the reason that we lost. So that was a big reason why Minka wasn't really, making a ton of splash plays, because his job was to make sure that wherever CD was, he had eyes on him. He was aware of that. The flip side is it made us play a little bit more small ball type stuff. And unfortunately, they was blocking us up front sometimes, bro. Like some of that stuff, I'm like, all right, we're in nickel coverage, so we short a D lineman. We got, a smaller defender out there, and that was happening. But some of the other stuff was they were blocking us up front. And that's the frustrating part, because you think about the time we have and we're like, yo, you should never lose a rep. But in the course of 60 minutes, you play 70 plus plays, stuff gets weird at times, man. But they had some success blocking us, some doubles off the ball, and we're like, oh, and Rico Dowdle, I thought that he played well, oddly enough. But this is what we do, right?
I don't know. Should we be surprised or shouldn't at this point?
This is what we do. We do this, man. If you're a guy that nobody knows, just play us, bro. You get your
think
out.
of the other receivers, too, outside of CeeDee Lamb.
All right, bro, the numbers. The numbers are actually crazy when you look at their production. Wide receiver,
the big three, the Cowboys' big three,
bro. Jalen Tolbert 7 for 87, Jake Ferguson 6 for 70.
Well, we knew he was good coming in.
We knew CD. He get you 5 for 62.
It's the two receivers in the running back.
Cavante Turpin 4 for 50.
It was Turpin, Dowdle, and Tolbert.
Dowdle gave you 2
the
for
big three.
Dowdle's 2 for 27 would have been second most receiving yards on our team.
And he had that touchdown too.
Yeah, he'd have been second most receiving yards on our team, man. Craziness, dude. Craziness. And then we ain't even include the other dude, Spanford, who had 2 for 20 as well.
He had the most rushing yards on the field, point blank, period.
Yeah.
And you heard his story. He's like a Raheem Mostert type of guy. He's been in the league 5 years. No one knows him.
Yep.
But he outrushed Najee.
Yeah. Outrushed all of us. Yeah.
It's frustrating.
That's, in terms of the run defense, some of that was that. The others, I thought our tackling was better this week, so that was a positive, but yeah, we got to be more stout, man. Across the board, we got to be more stout, man.
The defense just ain't it right now. Mm-hmm. It's not it.
Yeah. Based on the expectations that we had, based on the resource that we've allocated to that side, you definitely would expect more consistency. But as a whole, when you talk about leaving out of a game with 3 turnovers, 2 in the red zone, a blocked field goal as well.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like, dude, what are we talking about here? That. But either way, it's like, bro, what are we talking about?
Well, so here's my thing. I think you give credit for the splash plays.
And if you make that stop on 4th down at the end of the game, they don't even have 20 points. Yeah. Think about that. They have 13 points, man.
I think either way, even if we win, though, I would still be sitting here today like the defense got to get better, because this still ain't it. Because I don't think Burrow, Mahomes, some of these guys in the AFC that we're going to be going up against are making these mistakes in the red zone.
Which I would agree. But
because some of that's just on Dak being Dak.
But we've still capitalized on it, and let's not act like we haven't had a 5 turnover game against Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals before.
That was week 1 Burrow.
I understand that, but we have a history of creating turnovers. That's what Coach Tomlin generates.
Let him come back in that game.
This is also true. That's like our theme lately, But defensively, we have a method. We pressure. And when they finally make that mistake of putting that ball in harm's way, go get money. Like, that's the mentality here. It's not this, we're just going to allow the catch, bend but don't break. No, it's not that. But when you're trying to generate pressure, this is kind of the approach. And I thought that also Herbig going down hurt us a little bit.
It definitely did.
Because now, instead of it being
he was actually getting close.
He was.
On a lot of his rushes.
With both of those guys, TJ and Herbig, providing the pressure they were going to be providing, it was going to create that hostile environment for Dak trying to drop back as much as he was. You lose Herbig. Now when TJ's off the field, we're watching, respectfully, Jeremiah Moon. Shout out to you. It's always good to see you back in the black and gold getting out there. We're watching him out there and DeMarvin Leal trying to rush at the outside. And it's just like, that ain't going to cut it versus Dak the way Dak playing tonight, because Dak is getting it out on time on top of that. He's not holding it for a long time. So you got to have some platinum stuff that you're going to win with right now. And that wasn't the case. So I'm over here like, hopefully Herbig ain't out too long. What's going on with the hammy? And if not your hammy, what's going on with Highsmith's growing? And if not, then who we calling?
Yeah, those are two bad injuries.
You catch what I'm saying? They both soft tissue. They both are the type that pop up and reoccur multiple times throughout the season. So, yeah. Where Debo at? He got to be in shape. He's supposed to be fighting somebody. Yeah. Call up Debo.